group set off from the first hotel they've been staying at.
Where are we going today?
The beach. It's about 5 hours away. We can swim and get ice creams, and there's a hotel there which we're booked into. And they have a lovely restaurant.
Cool.
I don't know what you're smiling about, Lainey.
What?
You revealed our locations to some random girl.
I thought I knew her.
You should know to be careful.
She hasn't been here for long. She's not completely learned yet.
You make me sound like a 5-year-old, Johnny.
Johnny, she almost got killed by Kalia trying to save my boyfriend. She should know.
Please, we do not have to go over that horror game.
Eve, look, she seems frightened and fragile after what happened. Please just give her a break. You can't blame her for all your problems.
Yes, I can.
Will you guys all just shut up?
Everyone went dead silent.
I just passed my driving test, and this is my first time, or second, I guess, driving in a full car. And I don't need you guys having a shouting contest in the back while I'm trying to focus on driving. Now please, can we all just speak civilised and calmly and not like little children? Else I'll stop at the service station until you guys get your act together.
Well said.
This was meant to be a fun road trip to get away from everything for a while. But something always comes up. And there's always someone fighting too.
You started it.
No, you did. You didn't even have to show up just before I came out of the hospital. But you still did. Why?
You should learn to be grateful, Eve. If I hadn't turned up that day, your boyfriend would have been dead, and maybe even Ford. Because if I hadn't, Ford would have gone after him, and I don't think Ford can defend himself as well as I can.
Now that just sounds cocky.
She's not wrong though. And anyway, Eve, you were the reason that you and Delaney stopped speaking. Like she said, you can't blame her for all your issues.
I don't have any issues. The past is the past.
The past is still relevant though, and you still have some of the same traits as you did then.
So your memory is finally coming back, Freddie.
What?
You said you didn't remember me.
The more I get to know you, the more I remember you.
But I'm different now.
I know.
So it doesn't change anything.
It doesn't mean I can completely forget it though, Eve. Just like your own cousin can't.
When I heard the news Kara was dead.
Let's not talk about that.
You feel guilty?
No, not guilty. I just feel lucky not to be in prison.
You don't deserve to be in prison anyway.
I'm sure Mitsu doesn't forget it either.
Why is everyone so obsessed with the past?
Well, because the past never really leaves you. Big events will affect you for the rest of your life. My dad died 9 years ago. Do you think I can forget that? Do you know I'll get over it? Do you think I'll ever recover from the hurt that my own aunt killed him? No, of course I won't. And I don't think Freddie will recover either. That pain will live on forever. And it's affected my whole life. The reason I'm so insecure is because of all the pain Yvonne caused. And I can't get away from that. That's how the past is still so relevant.
You're right. When you put it like that. My mom...
And now my own cousin wants my best friend dead. Why is my entire family so murderous?
Wow, the timing.
Who is it?
Max.
Hi.
You're not Max.
Eve, right?
Yeah. Who are you?
Presley, Max's half-sister.
Right. What do you want?
I want to help you. Please, trust me. Please tell me if you've met any strange women on your trip.
One called Julia. She's taken a weird liking to Delaney, who thinks she's legit.
She is, I think. She seems really nice.
Have you heard of the term acting, Delaney?
Thanks.
Hey!
Shush. Sorry about my half-sister Eve. I, better go.
Weird.
Why did they want to know about Julia?
To protect you, because you're so gullible. Don't you find it a bit weird that she's estranged from her brother?
Eve, I was estranged from you for 6 years.
That's true. But if Max's half-sister was asking, then she's either working with Julia or she genuinely wants to help us because she knows Julia's bad news.
But then why was she nice to me?
To lure you in or something. Delaney, as much as you won't admit it, you're vulnerable and you need to be protected. I'm doing this for your own benefit, not mine. No one cares to hurt me. They care to hurt you and Freddie, though.
No, Eve. You're only doing this to protect Freddie and for his benefit. You couldn't give a toss about me.
Eve has a funny way of showing people she loves them.
Or showing them she doesn't love them.
What did I ever do to you, Freddie?
4 hours and 23 minutes until we reach our destination.
Don't change the subject.
I'm driving, Eve.
She's so gullible.
Who?
Delaney, she won't believe Julia's bad news.
Paisley sucked into her smoothie. Presley stared at the hot coffee in front of her. Sabrina runs in, panting.
Sabrina?
I found this.
Sabrina passed over a picture in the frame.
Well, we all know that's Kalia on the left, and she's with the woman on the right.
Where did you get this?
I found it in Kalia's car, the one we let the tires down on.
I didn't know you were snooping around too.
I want to protect my friends. And boyfriend. Of course I'm going to do whatever I can.
Bree, do you still have that article on Julia?
Think so.
Is there an image of her? I want to see if this is her.
Sabrina passed Paisley her phone.
No image on the article. Let's Google Julia Sanchez.
If she's a criminal, I'm sure there's information on her somewhere.
Well, after what Levi told me, there must be.
What did he tell you?
I swore I wouldn't say.
Paisley, everyone is relying on us and you won't tell me?
I don't want to get Levi in trouble.
It will stay between us three, Paige. That's a promise.
Fine.
Paisley looked into her lap with a sigh.
He said Julia's committed murder before. She was never found out, and he was too scared to tell anyone.
Murder?
Quiet!
But if that's true, then she's capable of killing our friends. And I'm scared for them. We haven't even met them. I want to meet them all.
Paisley continued scrolling on the phone, and then she came across a picture of Julia. It matched almost perfectly with the photo.
Oh my gosh, look!
That is Julia then. Well, she's pretty.
Yeah, and ugly on the inside.
Certainly, if she's murdered someone, well...
20 minutes to go.
Well, we haven't seen Julia again, which means she's probably not working for Kalia. I'm sure she was at the hotel just like us. If she was working with Kalia, she'd be following us right now.
Lainey, you told her where we were going, and she can easily feed that back onto Kalia. She doesn't need to be here. And technically, she could be tailing us in her car to track us. But she might not show her face so that you actually believe her. Not that it matters now. The damage has already been done.
Ignore her, Freddie. Focus on driving.
Why is everyone having a go at me?
Right. Delaney, the world might see you as Freddie's hero. But I don't. I see you as someone gullible who has a lot to learn. And what you said about Ford earlier just wasn't right. You were right that Ford would have gone after Freddie if you weren't here. But you were wrong that Ford wouldn't have stood a chance. Do you know what him and Freddie have been through? They did absolutely fine without you there. And if you hadn't been there, Ford would have gone after Freddie and would have brought him back safely. So don't think you're any better than the rest of us.
Ford won't hurt anyone, though.
If Ford saw Kalia shoving Freddie into a pool, don't you think he'd react? Even if on impulse?
Right.
That's probably true.
Eve, you and Delaney have been arguing all journey. Can't you just give it a rest?
Looks like we're almost here.
Promise me you're not going to continuously fight when the rest of us are trying to have fun, else I will leave you in the car and lock it. Funnily enough, I'm trying to forget about Kalia during our trip, and so's Ford.
Sorry.
Delaney?
I'm sorry.
Good.
Freddie pulled into a parking space and everyone got out of the car. Delaney suddenly spoke.
I'm so sorry for not being able to take down Kalia. I know you're all angry at me, and I'm angry at myself too. You all blame me.
What? No.
Eve especially blames me. Blames me that Kalia is still haunting you.
Delaney, it wasn't your fault. You saved my life. So if you finished off Kalia, it could have had really bad consequences for me. She might still be taunting us now, but we're better equipped to protect ourselves now.
Maybe I do.
Eve.
Let's just give it a rest, okay? Look, the ice cream parlour doesn't have a queue. We should get our ice creams now.
I hope they have raspberry sorbet.
Where is she there?
Ford, Johnny, Delaney, and Eve all raced each other. Freddie glared after them and arrived about a minute later.
You know I'm still recovering. I can't run.
Do you want me to check that your stitches are okay?
They're fine, Eve. Ford can check later.
Did I upset you, Freddie?
No.
That means yes.
Shut up!
The 5 of them ordered their ice cream and sat on the bench.
Calm and peaceful, like it should always be. I wish we could enjoy this every day without having to worry about whether we'd be here the next day.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
Sure.
Finally, she's gone.
Eve.
Everyone suddenly heard a familiar voice.
Vanessa, no!
Oh my gosh, she did follow us.
And her own younger sister gave that secret away.
Well, guys, I see we ended up in the same place.
The opposite of a coincidence.
I'm sorry? Oh, look, your friend is returning. Better go. She won't believe that I was here.
Julia laughed, grabbed Vanessa's arm, and then shot off.
You explain, Eve. I'm going for a swim.
I'll, join you. But I won't get in the water. Not after I almost drowned.
Of course.
Hey!
Julia was here!
Don't lie. You're just saying that to make me feel guilty and make me hate her.
But she was.
Stop lying!
She's not going to believe them.
I know.
Freddie, that was your phone.
It's an unknown number.
It could be Presley or her half-sister. What does it say?
Julia's murdered someone before. Stay away from Julia.